Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're a returning subscriber, hi again. It's so nice to see you back here for another video. My name's Tess Lark, and today I'm going to show you how you can make these lotus candle holders using epoxy resin and glow-in-the-dark pigment powder. So I got sent some of this pigment powder by Let's Resin to try, and I'm so excited to try it out. So let's just hop right in. But really quick before we do, I just want to remind you that anything that I use for this project, all of the materials will be linked down below in the description. And one last little reminder, please give this video a like if you are liking my content. It helps out my channel a whole lot, and it also lets me know that I'm making things that you guys want to see from me. All right, let's craft. To save some time in this video, I went ahead and I pre-mixed my resin, but each one of these Lotus coasters take about 100 milliliters, so I've mixed up 200 milliliters total. Next, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my pigments from Let's Resin, and I'll be using the green, the blue, the purple, the sky blue, and also the fuchsia. So I'm going to take my clear resin and I'm just going to section that out into a few different cups so I can mix up my colors. And when I'm sectioning out my resin, I'm sort of keeping in mind what colors I want more or less of and kind of measuring that out accordingly. And then the general rule of thumb when you're mixing pigments with resin is that you want to keep it about 90% resin to 10% pigment, otherwise it may not cure completely. So I'm just going to go ahead and start mixing in my colors. And also when you're mixing in pigments with resin, especially when you're using any sort of mica powder or glow-in-the-dark powder like this, you just want to make sure that that's really thoroughly incorporated so you don't have any lumps or big sections of color in your resin. And then after I've mixed my colors, I do like to let them sit for about 5 or so minutes, and then I'll hit them with my heat gun to pop any bubbles that are forming. And then the next step is to start filling up my molds. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour from a small stream kind of high up. Again, this just helps pop some bubbles on the way down. And because the opening for these molds is so small, you really want to work slowly so that you don't overfill the mold and it doesn't spill over the sides. And hey, it's me again, just another reminder to give this video a like if you haven't already. I'll wait. Did you hit it? Okay, cool. So after my pink, I'm going to go ahead and start pouring in some of that sky blue, and then I'm going to finish it up with green. I'm really hoping that this particular piece has a green bottom, although sometimes the colors kind of fall all the way to the top, so we'll see how this one turns out. And then once I have this first lotus totally full, I'll go ahead and start on my second one. And for this one, I'm going to be using blues and purples. So starting by pouring a little bit of the blue and then adding my purple to that. And these little lotus molds are so pretty. I personally haven't had any problems burning tea light candles in them. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend burning candles in these unsupervised or anything like that or overnight, but overall they hold up with a candle's heat pretty well. You can also use them just as little trinket dishes, for rings, spare change, anything that you want really. And if you're interested in some more resin art videos from me, I do have an entire resin art playlist here on my channel, so make sure to check that out when you're done with this video. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off with my sky blue. And because these molds take 100 milliliters of resin exactly, and I pour them out to make some different colors, a lot of times I come up a little bit short, so I just mixed up a little bit more resin to finish off this piece, but you might want to start out by mixing up 220 milliliters. And then after I've got both of my molds completely filled up, I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun on the higher setting to pop some bubbles. I'll cover those up and let them cure completely. Okay, so I went ahead and I let our pieces set up overnight and they're totally cured. So let's go ahead and pull them out of their molds and see how they turned out. So here's our first lotus, and I think it turned out really pretty. I'm not getting a ton of that white in there, but this pink is really bright and the green is as well. Overall, I'm super happy with this piece. And let's pull the second one out and see how that one turned out. And then here is our second piece. It's absolutely gorgeous. Definitely get that blue, the white and the purple all really blending in together in this really beautiful way. So far, I'm super happy with how these turned out, but let's go ahead and charge them up for a little bit and then see how they look when we turn off the lights. So here's our first lotus in the natural light, and you can see a little bit better. In the pink, there's all these areas where you can see a bit of the green kind of shining through, and it's really beautiful. But let's see what it looks like in the dark. And here it is in the dark. Oh my gosh. Can you guys believe this? It's so cool. And so to charge these up, all you need to do is leave them out in the light or the sunlight for a while. And now just taking a look at our second piece in the natural light, and you can see how that blue and purple blended together really beautifully. And then we'll go ahead and turn off the lights and see how this one glows in the dark as well. And you guys, look at this. I, for one, am completely obsessed. I absolutely love how these turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Overall, I am super happy with how these turned out. I think that those glow-in-the-dark pigments are so fun, and I can't wait to make some more crafts with them. Let me know in the comments below, have you guys ever used a glow-in-the-dark pigment before? What are your thoughts on them? Which ones do you like? Have you never tried it? Are you going to try it? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending a part of your day with me, and I really hope that this video inspires you to make something of your own today. If you made it all the way to the end, leave me some sort of flower emoji just so that I know it's real, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!